and sponsorship, email sales@eavafm.com or call 07811 659 364. That's 07811 659 364. Serving the community, 102.5 EAVA FM.
Okay, people, we are live and we are here. Hashim, how can you hear us? I cannot hear you, Hashim.
I can hear you well and clear. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. Just to let the listeners know, we are live on EAVA FM's Facebook page and our YouTube, and we're also live on 102.5, and we have our guest with us. We're going to be talking about the personalised travel planning project with Leicester City Council. But Hashim is also joined us on his show from via video link. How are you, Hashim?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy New Year, first of all. And can you believe I haven't seen you since last year, man?
I know. No, that's fantastic. No, it's good to see you, Hashim, always.
Likewise. And I thank Nish and you for taking care of the my show while I'm held up elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hashim, tell us a little bit about the personalized travel planning. What do you think? How do you think the project's been going so far in terms of community engagement?
I'm glad you asked, because it's one of those projects that you enjoy but being part of it, because not only is it a project that kind of telling people and engaging them, but it's also beneficial to everyone. And from the start, when we had the community together and we were talking to them about, especially the leaders, I didn't expect the leaders to be so on because they were so excited. And the point I'm making is that it's always good to propose, because many people were writing off ethnic minority communities and were saying maybe they were not interested in this project, but we show them difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what really put a smile on my face when I see how people were engaged through the project. And I'm glad that, as they asked, it goes beyond now St. Matthew and Highfields, and people can have further appeal to have this personalized travel planning.
Absolutely. So you know what, Hashim? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in Javid and I'm going to bring in Sean to this conversation as well. And they're going to explain to the listeners a little bit more about what's happening and the New Year's pledge. Okay. How you guys doing? Okay. Happy New Year.
Good, thank you. Happy New Year, VJ and Hashim. New Year.
Okay. It's good having you back here at EAVA FM.
Cheers for having it. Thank you for having us as well. Great to be back. New Year. Same project.
Yeah, and so Javid, I'm gonna pass this over to yourself right now, and I'm gonna say to you, tell us a little bit about this whole PTP, the personalized travel planning, and tell us a little bit more about this. You know.
Hi, my name's Javid from Leicester City Council, and the project that we're running with the council is Personalised Travel Planning, PTP for short, and it's basically a behavioural change initiative to promote and encourage people to try sustainable travel options by providing them with information and resources, as well as incentives. This is things like travel information packs, one-to-one consultations with a travel advisor, as well as free Santander Cycles Leicester vouchers, as well as prize draws. And we're also running a New Year's pledge, which my colleague Sean will be able to explain a lot more detail.
Okay. So how has the project been going, Javid, since you started? Have you had great engagement with the communities, and what have their thoughts been?
Yeah, so the project has been running since July 2021. The engagement has been great. We've been receiving a lot of responses from residents who have been following us and have been engaging with us. They've been part of our events and have been spreading the word for us, and we've had a great response from the community, as well as the support from EAVA FM with their broadcast.
Okay. And Hashim, would you like to ask the next question to Sean?
Sean, thank you very much. I am dying to know the feedback of the community. I remember that we have done a lot of questionnaire and try to bring people old, young, and a whole different. So if you can just go through the findings that you have find, especially the area that you are walking around San Matthew area.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, sorry, so my name's Sean, I work for Sistra, so we're working with Leicester City Council, working with Javid on this project. In terms of the findings, we're not at the end of the project just yet, so we've done a bit of an interim study so far. We don't have all the findings, but it's been really positive so far. We've had quite a lot of surveys done. And a lot of responses that people have undertook consultations with us, one-to-one consultations, case studies. People have been involved in the incentives that we've done, and alongside that, obviously, a lot of the community engagement work that we've done on the streets, handing out information to people, and also community events as well, working with stakeholders. When we look back, we've just kind of given an interim report along, and when you look back, you forget how much we've actually done. But since July, there's been a lot that's been undertaken really, and we've engaged with the community so much on this, and it's been really positive so far.
Okay.
I can imagine one of the things that people write you off before you even start. When the bicycles, for example, started appearing in St. Matthew and the area that they appeared, people were writing us off. So we saying, "Oh, this is so rotten neighborhood, and this will be vandalized before. Why that?" And I can certainly smile on my face, say that never ever one single bicycle was being damaged where they were parked, and the testimony is there. So I'm glad that people who wanted to write us off, we proved them wrong, and community is using them.
Absolutely, Hashim. Absolutely. You know, I think this is the beauty of this project, where we can talk to our communities about the travel planning within certain areas. You know, and I think it's really important. But I am aware that you've got this brand new New Year's pledge. So, Sean, tell us a little bit about what this New Year's pledge is, and since the start of the new year, what do you want people to kind of look into, or what are you asking people to help with or support with?
Yes, obviously we've just started the new year, and typically right at the start of the new year, people make New Year's resolutions, don't they? They might say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym more, I'm going to stop eating as much chocolate, and people kind of might give up after so many days or weeks. I don't really know, but we're kind of jumping on the back of that, and we've started a New Year's resolution style pledge campaign, and there's two aspects to it. So the first bit is a pledge, and what we want is individuals and families within the PTP area to try out sustainable travel options, either as part of their leisure trips or as part of their commuting trips. And that could be something as simple as, walking, scooting, cycling once a week instead of using the car. It could be just trying a new bus route to work instead of using the car as well, or maybe trying the Santander cycles that have already been mentioned, that are dotted around Leicester. And the idea is just to try something, see how we get on, and it might change their travel habits in the future. Just that one instance of walking the kids to school, for instance, instead of driving, it might think, okay, I'm going to do this once a week for the next year, for instance, and it might kickstart that kind of that revolution, I suppose, in changing behavioural styles. So yeah, you never know what that one step, what that one pledge might do, really.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. That actually we need to get more involved in biking or walking. Hashim, are you a biker, shall I say?
I'm a walker more than biker, but
Like
I
yourself.
tried. I tried because I was the other day with youngsters, and they're very good in their apps, and they were quick to release some bicycles from the app, and I was saying, look, is it possible? And they downloaded the app for me as well. So I'm going to cycle as well. But what I'm trying to get here is also the development that allows now the cyclists and people who are walking through the city in St. Matthew. If you go to Wharf North Street, you can see the beauty that's coming out to allow not only cyclists but also people who want to walk through the town coming from elsewhere in the town, and making all that, putting together those pieces. I think the project will have it is fruits that we're looking into, and more people, because when you give people the tools, my understanding is that they will use, and this project is giving all the tools that people can use to make sure that their journey are healthier. That's the point I was trying to make, healthier for them, and not only for environment, leaving their cars and trying to be more active and walk to the city or cycle to the city.
Yeah, absolutely, Hashim. I think definitely we need to be encouraging our youngsters to get involved, and even the older community as well, and that's definitely there. Do you want to tell us how people can get involved in this New Year's pledge? What's the website? Tell us a little bit about the incentives. Who would like to answer that?
Sean?
Yeah,
Sean.
I can answer that.
Sean. Go on.
So yeah, the pledge form is on our website, which is www.choosehowyoumove.co.uk/PTP-East. And when people go onto that website, they'll see right at the top there's a pledge form link that they can click on. They can go on that.
Just to interrupt you, sorry to interrupt you. The website is at the bottom of the screen, as you can see. I hope it's right. Sean, so carry on.
Yeah, that's right. That link is right. So yeah, if you go onto the website, click the link, and you can go through the pledges there. If you don't like any of the pledges, you can actually make your own pledge as well, which is obviously great. And we're also offering an incentive to doing this pledge, which is a £250 worth of shopping vouchers. So if you sign up before the end of January, you could be in it with a chance of winning those £250 vouchers. The second part of this pledge campaign that we're doing, which I haven't spoke about yet, is for primary school kids. So there's several schools within the PTP area that are taking part in this, and it's a poster competition for these primary school kids. And the idea is for them to draw their sustainable journey to school, or draw their pledge in action that they're taking with their family. And there's about 6 or 7 schools involved, and what's great is that each school, the winning post competition that will get decided, will win book vouchers from their school, and then an overall winner will be chosen by us, by Leicester City Council and Sistra, and the overall winner will win a scooter, which is obviously great and benefits them in the future to travel sustainably.
Oh wow, that's absolutely amazing. Do you know which schools are involved, or?
Yeah, so I'm just going to think off the top of my head. So there's Sparkenhoe Primary, Bridge Junior, Sacred Heart,
Catherine Juniors.
Yeah, go on, Javid.
Catherine Juniors, Shenton Primary, and Uplands Lead Juniors. So there's 6, and Jamia Girls School. Sorry, there are 6 and 7 schools within the PTP area who responded back, and they said that they want to participate. They want to get their children to walk and cycle to the schools. They want the parents dropping them off sustainably as well. And this competition just encourages more people to try this out as a New Year's resolution. So really proud of the schools. If you are watching or listening back later on or live right now, really proud, and we're looking forward to seeing some of the responses. I think we've had 1 or 2, if I believe correct, Sean, responses already. They're looking really good, so keep them coming. Really proud of the schools, and really proud of the community getting together for this initiative and sort of promoting the sustainable transport that we're trying to encourage in our city.
Okay, this is a question that's been coming up all the time from the community, and I think I've asked you guys on all the interviews we've done. How did Spinny Hill, Highfields, and St. Matthews get chosen for this project, and what was the reason for them particular areas?
So the reason why those particular areas were chosen was because of myself. Received funding from the European Regional Development Fund, ERDF, and it's a personal thing actually. I grew up in Highfields. I know the area quite well. I know the community, and it was for me something to give back. I think having seen the community develop and progress the way it has, it's an absolute opportunity that I want to take full advantage of. So hence why those areas were chosen, hence why those communities we've been contacting since July, and to be honest, since the start of the pandemic, to make sure that we can get their support. EVA FM as well have been a great part of that, to supporting with us and engaging with the community. So that's why those places were chosen. I can say if that the project does be successful in the future, we might be able to come to other areas. So listeners, if you are interested, get in touch with us, and let the council know that you want this project in your area, and we'll see what we can do, funding allowing.
And in addition to that, also it is outskirts of the city. So you start the people near to the city first to reach the city by walking or encouraging them, and then farther afield you can go one by one. So I'm with you. St.
Perfect.
Matthew is my batch. Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually want to say that this project's been amazing to learn a lot about travel and how it's been, especially within our areas. We've seen a lot of the time it's very congested. Hashim, I know you would agree with me on this. We're always telling our community, you know, if you can't drive the car, don't take it. If you don't need the car, don't take it out. Right, Hashim?
Indeed, and to be honest, now that people are feeling the fuel prices and everything up, I think it is perfect in making sense to save some pennies on the bucket, because everybody's stretched now. The fuel is up, the heating is up, everything. So people are squeezed. So giving them alternative like a travel plan. Whether it is cycling, whether it is safe way of walking, whether it's by bus, I think it is timely as well. If you look into the time that we are in now, so people will take advantage, I think, more this as a saving option as well.
Okay. No, absolutely. Have you got any final words, Javid, Sean, about the whole project, the personalized travel planning? When does the New Year's Eve pledge, New Year's pledge finish? And when are we looking to kind of finish off the project and get the findings?
Yeah, so the pledge, as I said, sign up by the end of January, and you can be in with a chance of the prize draw. So that's when we're kind of finishing the pledge. We're running it throughout January, and then we'll do some kind of follow-ups after that, where people see how they got on, if they stuck to the pledge or not, all those kinds of things. And then the actual PTP project finishes towards the end of February, March, and that's when we were wrapping it up and doing our final kind of reviews and findings really from it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just to add to that, the report, once it is submitted, there will be a press release through the Leicester City Council website, so that if people who have been following the project and participating, they'll be able to see the report and be able to see what the outcomes were, and be able to see what the changes we've been able to make successfully in the area. So looking forward to it.
No, definitely. It's been wonderful having both of you on here today. You know,
Can I say one word? We also
course you can,
pledge
Hashim.
ourselves in EVA FM to continue working with yourselves and make sure that when the press release and everything comes out, we share our listeners. Thank you very much for being our host, our guest today, and thanks Vijay for sitting in my chair.
Thank you for having us, and yes, absolutely, we'll let EVA FM know when that is ready, and we might be back again in a month or two.
Definitely. Okay, thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much, Javid. And this is the personalized travel planning with Leicester City Council and Systra. Here we go. Okay. Just want to say, Hashim, for us, it's great that we can engage with the community about certain activities or certain issues and problems that we face all the time, right, Hashim?
Indeed, and it's always good also, because one of the things that we EVA FM are really keen on is to make sure that the community don't lose out. Whatever is out there, we need to share, engage with them, and take part of because the democratic society, if you're not taking part of you're not saying what you want, you're not only there to vote and when it's the voting. The democratic process is also part of being part of and partial of the community that you are in, and make your views known to whoever is running any project that can concern you and your community.
Hashim, this is what I absolutely love, right? When I talk to somebody like yourself, we're definitely on the same page length where we've always told our community to get involved, have your say in regardless of what it is, any community initiative or anything that's been happening, whether it's health, whether it's local authority, whether it's policing, whether it's business. How important is it for us to have our say in this on a regular basis? Hashim, I want you to repeat exactly what you said. Tell the listeners why it's important, because we do this all the time, right? Have your say.
It is important because look, people who are running our affairs, be it police, be it council, be it central government, be it health, they need to know what we think of the services they
100%.
offer. If they want to offer new services, that's the democratic process of letting us know. So if we don't talk, meaning somebody else will decide for you. So the point I'm making is don't shy away. Even if you don't like it, say it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Say it and make sure that you use your logic. Why you don't like it, and then they will take account of it. But if you don't say anything, others will decide for you, and the majority wins. So later you cannot moan about it. Simple.
Absolutely. Because we do see a lot of issues in our community, and the community members always say, we think this and we think this. We go, well, you need to stand up and talk, especially when there's surveys or consultations happening within the community. It's so important for us to have our voice and talk about that. And this is one of the reasons why we created EAVA FM. So we've got our community members like myself, like yourself, Hashim. We are just normal community members that just want that want to have a say in what happens. We have Nish sitting here as well, and he's always telling me as well, VJ, it's nice to have a say in what happens in the community, right, Hashim?
Indeed, and I take this opportunity to thank our volunteers like Nish, and we are there for our community. The point I'm making is we're not here only to entertain you. We are here also to make sure that we are not left behind. Moaning about it after everything being decided is no good enough. Let us be proactive. Let us make ourselves available to any consultation. Otherwise, when the others decide for us, we cannot say, oh, I was not consulted.
100% Hashim. This is why we have got you. This is called the Community Lunch Show with Hashim Dwale, and it is your show. I love using that word. It is your show.
You and Nish for sitting in for me, and I take this opportunity to my listeners, and I will be back soon. I'm just held up with things, and you know the situation we are in, the pandemic and everything.
You are here. You are here. Okay.
You.
Okay, just want to say thanks, and we are going off the live stream now. We're going to go straight into a song of ours just before the commercials. This one here is another Hindi favorite from Three Idiots, Zubi Dubi. Here we go.